more talked about in the U.S. media than the most ridiculous celebrity baby name and the royal wedding combined.
It's called a polar vortex.
The polar vortex.
The polar vortex.
The polar vortex.
More frightening than your worst nightmare.
It's a whirlpool of dense, frigid Arctic air.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet the cold.
It's a cold hell, if you can imagine.
It is the coldest it has been in decades.
Every 30 seconds I ask, oh, it's really cold out.
This, the most important mainstream news story for days on end.
We have a team of correspondents covering this Arctic blast.
It's really obvious that it's cold, but just to keep your journalistic integrity, you want a first-hand account of how cold it is. And if a mailman is all bundled up saying, yeah, it's cold, then you know it's actually cold.
Here's a hamburger and a steak.
Even though there's really only that much to eventually talk about.
How's your skin doing?
Since weather is weather, no matter how hard you try to keep viewer attention.
Look at this. This is a Lou Malnati's deep dish Chicago pizza. Hard as a rock. You could use this as a weapon if you wanted to.
Okay, temperatures dropping to sub-zero extremes is a rare occurrence in certain parts of the U.S. But amping it up like there's no tomorrow might be a tad over-exaggerated.
Are you cold? This is pretty normal for us.
People know it's cold. People know they shouldn't go outside. You don't need to go on and on and on and on. And meanwhile, there's really, really important news that's not getting covered.
Then again, weather coverage doesn't require bringing up the truly unpleasant.
You don't have to worry about the confusing stuff, the stuff with nuance, like the Syrian civil war, like the pros and cons of genetically modified food. You just walk outside and go, my nipples are hard.
As a result,
Other countries are rolling their eyes at us because we're complaining that it's cold, but they're also rolling their eyes at us about everything else.
It looks like the U.S. mainstream media are taking their tips from an old piece of advice. If you don't know what to say, just talk about the weather. Anastasia Churkina, RT, New York.